The Peak District. Just a little outside the city of Manchester lies one of England's most rugged and unforgiving landscapes. Ancient moorlands and dramatic remote views have challenged adventurers for centuries, their beauty matched only by their unpredictability. And that is why today I have set myself the challenge of bikepacking 170 miles all around it. After a long train journey from the south coast to the city of Manchester, I'd get the legs spinning and warmed up, while the rain was already falling. Just 10 miles in, my helmet strap snaps. A small hiccup, or perhaps a warning sign, from the Peak District itself. A taste of the chaos that was about to unfold. Is there anything cable ties can't fix? Into the Peak District we go. It's definitely going to be a wet one. Next few days, rain, rain, rain. With a few more wet miles along the canal, these would be the last of the flat miles for the next few days. The Peak District and flat simply do not belong in the same sentence. Before officially reaching it though, I pass some stunning 1800s viaduct architecture, a final moment of calm before the landscape changed. Ahead of me, the Peak District's rugged terrain loomed in the distance, a place where the unpredictable is the only thing that becomes predictable. Those daunting hills and rough trails were about to become my life. But it rained. So where I'm heading right now is actually the main reason I wanted to just come on a little trip around the Peak District, because as I climb up this big hill, there's it's like an old wreckage of a plane. So I just always fancied like going up there and seeing it, but it's just like scattered parts, I believe. But every time I've come through the Peak District, it's always been miles away, not really been in the direction of being able to just go see it. So hopefully I can survive all this rain and get to the top. It is going to start getting dark pretty soon as well. It's already like 4 p.m, half 4. So I'll probably start looking for somewhere to camp as well while I'm now officially in the Peak District. Climbing, slowly making my way up into the rugged hills, the trails extremely slow, making my way up through the rain clouds, making sure my footing was secure. Well, I'm still hiking out here. I'm basically going up here, up and around, and probably over or around. I'm not actually sure. It is starting to get a bit dark now, but I seem to have climbed up high enough that the rain has stopped. So all the rain clouds are sort of below me. Stupid hat, stay up. Just going to try and get sort of to like the ridgy bit, and then maybe try and find somewhere to camp. Hopefully before it starts raining on me again. And then tomorrow morning I'll go up and get to that crash site. Hopefully it won't be raining in the morning, but it's going to be a bit of a hike to the crash site and then a hike down. It's like, all this is technically a footpath, so it's not really that great for riding. But let's try and find somewhere to sleep before it gets dark. At least it's not raining, eh? It was not looking good for finding somewhere to camp before dark. The further I pushed, the more rough the trails got, the slower progress got. The higher I got, the wetter it got. And while the light fading fast, before I knew it, I was searching for somewhere to camp in the dark. Right, I've just about managed to find somewhere. You can probably hear, it's quite windy out there, it's quite rainy. It's just hammering it down currently. I think it's meant to be, for the most part of the night, it's going to be raining pretty much. Putting this tent up tonight was an absolute faff. I'm kind of on a slant, so getting it all like balanced out, because it's like relies on the tent pegs. Such a nightmare today. But got we're back to the long old nights in the tent now. It's currently 5:30 and it's pitch black. It was dark at like 5. What time does it get light? That's the question. Sunrise 7:30, so it's a long old long old night in the tent. I'm not going to do too much apart from just chill, relax, listen to the storm, maybe listen to a bit of music, and just try and sleep as much as possible, and hopefully the tent stays put. Oh god, that was a good little first little day. 25 miles done. I'm currently a few miles away from going up to the crash site, so I'll get out nice and early and we'll head up there. Hopefully it'll be dry, probably not. Now the only thing I have forgotten to bring into the tent is my food, so it's annoying because I just got all dry. I'll probably wait until it settles down a bit, hopefully, and then I'll sneak out and find some ginsters. But for now, I'm just going to hide. And as always, I sleep bright and early in the morning. Oh, good morning. Joining me on the first proper day of the Peak District. And it's pretty grim today. It's not raining, to be fair, but it's very windy, and it is quite a cold wind, and because I'm all damp, all my clothes are still damp. It's not the nicest feeling, but I've got probably a couple miles until we get up to this crash site, and then I'll get to come down all of this again, back all down there to a nice descent. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, last night was a windy one, it was a rainy one. I was nice and cozy in the thing, but I didn't really sleep too well because it was just very loud. And yeah, rainy 1 minute, windy. Right, let's keep going and let's go to this crash site. I think after this section of the route, it should be a little bit more rideable. I mean, the Peak District is always a pretty tough place to ride. It's probably why I haven't actually done a dedicated route around here. But let's go. Up down there or around there. Should have just gone the original way. I think I've definitely come like the hardest way. I think I probably could have taken a longer route, just following like the ridge and then all the way around. But now I'm kind of stuck making these decisions. Do I go down there and cross there and then go across there? That's where the trail goes. Or maybe down there, I don't know. It's awkward with a bike. It's tempting to go back and just go around, honestly. I might do that. But it is literally there on top of that hill.
I decided to brave the awkward trails instead of detouring all the way around, and continued to slowly but surely make my way towards this crash site. The northern part of the Peak District is some of the hardest and most rugged terrain in England. So after getting through here, it was a strange feeling when I would start to see the scattered debris of the crash site, one scrap bit of metal after another, until the full wreckage was revealed. The aircraft, nicknamed Overexposed, crashed at Higher Shelf Stones, Bleaklow near Glossop in the Peak District at 11 AM on the 3rd of November 1948. All 13 crew members aboard perished in the crash. It had taken off from RAF Scampton at 10:15, carrying mail and $7,400 payroll for American service personnel at Burtonwood. The flight was meant to take less than 1 hour. That morning the sky was shrouded in clouds, forcing the crew to fly entirely by instruments. Believing they had cleared the hills, they began to descend, but they were still over the high ground. The aircraft struck the moor near Higher Shelf Stones, tearing through the hillside and killing everyone on board. Today, the wreckage still lies scattered across the moor.
It's just everywhere. Never actually been to a crash site in my life, so quite a weird experience. Alright, now it's time to sort of head back. It's actually looking like it's just going to be an overcast, a bit cloudy day, probably be a bit like this for the rest of the day, but at least I can stay dry. I was thinking about going all the way around, but I think I'm just gonna go back the way I came and then get back onto the trail because it was nice when I got back, but just got to do that awkward bit one more time. But yeah, it's looking like it's going to be an alright day now, and hopefully should be able to ride soon once I get over this last little bit. You can just see all the clouds just like coming over right now.
So just one more last-ditch effort to get back up and over the sketchy terrain and make it back onto rideable trails. I'd been in the Peak District less than a day, and it was already proven tough work. Hopefully, I was about to start enjoying some fun trails, especially now the sun was shining. Getting back on a trail I could actually ride was a welcome relief. It had felt far too long since I had actually ridden the bike and not just pushed it. Riding along with the rugged moorland on either side of me, I made my way back to some tarmac to enjoy a nice, fast descent before pedalling my way over to the Derwent Reservoir.
I really love this time of year, and the trees haven't got all their leaves. It's beautiful colours. Oh, it's just so nice. Just look at it. Although we're in November, it's still very mild, and today I'm even able to take the jacket off.
Making my way around the beautiful, colourful reservoir was nice, but it was going to be short-lived. As remember when I said flat and the Peak District don't really belong in the same sentence? Well, I was about to start climbing once again, and I would need all the energy I could to get up these climbs.
Hot work out here today. with all this good old Peak District hiker bike. Sort of one of the reasons I don't come here that often is because it's probably a little bit more mountain bikey for me. And well, as you can tell, I'm on the gravel bike, and it would probably be better to be on the bomb track, but my front hub is destroyed on that, so I'm still waiting to get it fixed, or if I decide to not fix it, I haven't decided. But for now, let's keep going up.
And just like that, it was back to the hiker bike. The steep, rocky hiker bike. The narrow trails impossible to ride in any great distance. Too steep, too rough. So it was going to be another long hiker bike until the top. But getting to the top revealed just what makes the Peak District so hard to get through. These endless hills stretching as far as the eye can see, covered in peat bog and narrow wet trails. This place feels endless.
Oh my god, today has been absolutely brutal. It's 2 o'clock and I've done 20 miles. It's been so much hiker bike. The terrain is very tough, very underbiked. This loop consists of like one big loop and then a little loop inside. So I'm just heading towards the little loop right now. Ideally I would get mostly around that before it gets dark, and then I'll double back on myself here and then back up there somewhere for a camp spot. I don't think I'm gonna make that much miles though, but if I can do another 20 I'll be pretty happy. Tough day.
The endless, relentless Peak District had really taken it out of me today, and I still had a few wet trails to get through before I could grab some supplies. But I couldn't stop and rest for long, as I needed to really get a move on now if I wanted to get around this section of the route. But it was once again not looking so good. As that sun was dipping behind the very hills I needed to get up and over, and I needed to do it fast. As I was heading to higher ground, I was also heading into low clouds and thick fog, making it near on impossible to follow the narrow, boggy trails.
Oh wow, I've just got into a camp. I'm currently at about 1600 feet. The last 2 hours I've just been hiking through loads of bogs. So I've got lovely wet feet, so just trying to warm them up now. I'm basically camped pretty high up, just in like a gap where there's no bog. Yeah, pretty tiring day today. I've only managed to do about 40 miles, so yeah, that tells you it all. So I'm gonna sleep well tonight. Oh my god, what a day. Hopefully tomorrow is a little bit faster going. About 107 miles to go, but as I see bright and early in the morning. Beautiful day, but also a brutal day maybe. Yeah, a brutal day. No idea if it's going to rain tomorrow. I haven't checked the weather. Should we do that now? Let's have a look.
See if I've got any. See if it will come up. What are we thinking? Oh god, it's gonna rain tonight by the looks of it. Yes. It's gonna basically rain all night and then it's gonna rain all day tomorrow, it says. Tomorrow's a wet one. And Friday's also looking like a wet one. Wonderful. The Peak District gets harder and harder.
Well, you can't see me, but I'm gonna have to bail my camp because it's got incredibly windy, incredibly stormy. The problem is, I've now, while bailing, I've pretty much lost all my tent pegs, so I don't think I'm going to be able to complete this trip unless I can complete it today, which honestly is not looking great. I need to find my way back on course. The reason I wanted to go further last night, but I just couldn't see the trail because it was so foggy. So I need to somehow find my way back on the track and start heading down off this fucking big hill. And hopefully it'll be a bit better when I get down the bottom. But right now, it's mad up here. Crazy. I'm gonna try and get back on track. It's really cold too. I think I found the trail, or a trail. At least I'm going downhill. Well, next obstacle is a river crossing. It's pretty fast flowing because it's been raining so heavy. It's not very wide, but I don't know how deep it is, so I'll probably check that first. But it's quite a narrow little spot there, so I'm hoping I can get across there. I think once I'm across this river, it should be, I mean, I've got to follow the river downstream then pretty much. And it shouldn't be too long until I get back to a more normal civilized trail maybe. Still raining, still very windy. If I'd managed to get down here last night, I probably could have camped here. I would have been fairly sheltered and I could have done this in the morning when it was actually light. It's still not quite light yet. Probably got about an hour, half an hour, something like that, I'm not sure. I need to cross this river now. This trip's turned into a crazy one. Let's see how deep it is. Give the bike a little plunge. Alright, it's a little deeper there. It's not crazy deep, but I don't have to go up there maybe. Let's hope I can follow this now. What a morning that was. What a night as well. I mean, in retrospect, I probably should have just kept going through to a bit later last night to get down to that river crossing, because I definitely could have camped there and it was pretty sheltered. But last night it was just obviously dark, which makes it hard enough to see the trail, but it was just completely thick fog. So all my lights were, all they were doing was just brightening up the fog. Couldn't see anything any further than that. And the trails are just, you know, not really trails, they're just like little lines in the grass, little like sheep trails, I guess. I just kept losing them, and there's thick bog, a couple knee-deep plunges last night. And when I set up my tent, it wasn't actually that windy. It was just like a bit foggy, a little windy, but not too bad. And I was pretty sure it was going to rain, but wasn't 100% sure. Well, I had no idea how windy it was going to get. Then in the night, I actually fixed the tent maybe like 2 or 3 times, just to sort of like restake it down and stuff. Because the problem you have with a tent that's non-freestanding, like my tent that I'm using, the Tarpster, the one-person Tarpster, is if the ground isn't the best, if it's a bit soft like it was there, especially when it's windy, them stakes just like, you know, they just work themselves loose. So every now and again I had to get out and just redo it, and then on the final time I was going to do it, which I got out, opened the door, the door peg just flew absolutely into the distance somewhere, and then it was basically just like a chain reaction of tent pegs flying. I have no idea where they went. I wasn't going to sit around and search for them. No way. It's a bit annoying because if I had the pegs, I'd still be able to continue, really. And I'm a bit in 2 minds if to carry on, at least just for today, and maybe sort of turn off and just head into Sheffield later. So I will be going kind of near there. That's about 60 miles, and I mean, it is going to be grim the whole day and tomorrow though. So I don't know. Or I can potentially just sort of start heading back down towards Manchester. But right now, just following this ridge line along the river. Hopefully I'll be somewhere soon. There's so much sheltered here, it's so much better. Up there it is brutal. Oh, I can't really get any wetter, can I? Oh god. Walk through it or the bog. I think I'm just gonna walk through it, you know. Oh, 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 oh. So I'm just going to follow the road back to Glossop, I think it's called. Got a tailwind. I'm actually meant to be going in the other direction, but there's no way I'm heading into that wind. It's bitterly cold, very, very wet and horrible.
The Peak District had been predictably unpredictable, as one could imagine, and I decided on this occasion to play it safe and bail. While headed back to Glossop to find a way home, arriving at the train station to find that wind that had been smashing against my tent all night and effectively made me have to bail this trip, had also put some trees down on the tracks, so it would also be an adventure on its own just to get home. So after waiting a while for the trees to be cleared off the line, I would finally be on a warm train on the way home.